Imagine you're in a big office building. Think of multicast routing, like the company's loudspeaker system. When someone needs to make an announcement, they use the loudspeaker. The announcement goes out to everyone in the building. This is like multicast routing. Instead of sending information to each computer individually, we can send it to a group all at once. This saves a lot of bandwidth and makes things much more efficient. Now, imagine if you wanted to send a message to only a few specific departments. You wouldn't want to use the loudspeaker for that, would you? That's where the rendezvous point comes in. In our office analogy, think of the RP as a central bulletin board. Each department has its own section on the board. If you want to send a message to a specific department, you post it in their section. The RP acts as a central meeting place for multicast messages. It knows which computers are interested in which types of messages. It makes sure that messages get delivered to the right place. Now imagine that our central bulletin board needs some management. That's where the Bootstrap router, or BSR, comes in. The BSR is like the office manager who oversees the bulletin board system. The BSR has several important jobs. It keeps track of all the RPs in the network. It also lets everyone know which RP is responsible for which multicast groups. Basically, the BSR makes sure everything runs smoothly. But how do we choose our office manager, you ask? That's a great question. Let's find out in the next section. Next, election day at the office. Choosing our Bootstrap router. Just like we elect officials, networks need a way to choose a BSR. This is called the BSR election process. Think of it like voting for a new office manager. Each router in the network can become a BSR. They each have a unique ID number. When it's time to elect a BSR, the routers compare their ID numbers. The router with the highest ID number wins and becomes the BSR. This process ensures that there's always a BSR in charge. It's a fair and democratic way to keep things organized. Remember our central bulletin board? Well, sometimes we need more than one. That's where RP candidacy comes in. Imagine that each department in our office wants its own bulletin board. These departments can nominate their bulletin boards to become RPs. The BSR, our trusty office manager, keeps track of all the nominated bulletin boards. It makes sure that there are enough RPs to handle all the multicast traffic. Section 6. The Manager's Memo. BSR Advertisement in Action. Once the BSR is elected and knows about all the RPs, it needs to tell everyone. This is called BSR Advertisement. Think of it like the office manager sending out a memo. The memo contains a list of all the RPs and their responsibilities. This way, everyone knows where to go to send and receive multicast messages. BSR advertisement is important because it keeps everyone on the same page. It ensures that multicast traffic flows smoothly throughout the network.